Okay, so in retrospect, after doing the book and sort of reliving a lot of the stuff that came to mind, did all of the drugs and drinking help or hurt you as an artist? And do you have any sort of further feelings on that period of time in your life?
The drugs and the drinking, I have absolutely no regrets about any of it. And that was so much a part of my youth and also my career with Guns N' Roses, and even beyond that. It was a lot of fun. So it was inspirational in the sense that for the most part, all of it was done for a good time, and it wasn't intended to be anything but that. The negative side is as times became difficult here and there, drugs and alcohol became sort of a crutch. And so then you find that when you were down, that you'd be leaning on drugs and alcohol, not for a good time, but just sort of to, assuming that it was going to make you feel better. And then it sort of turns into an ugly kind of an addiction. I think that's when you have to start putting the reins on it. But, all in all, I think that I've had a really good time with both the drugs and alcohol, but I wouldn't recommend it for anybody. I also had some really dark and scary times with drugs and alcohol. Eventually led me to the point where I'm at, where I'm abstaining from both as we speak. I'm really lucky. I didn't end up in prison. I didn't end up in prison for a lot of different reasons. I didn't hurt anybody. I didn't, a lot of different things. My whole existence could have taken a completely different path, due to bad luck or even some of the stupid things that I did. So I have been extremely lucky, and that's probably a 1 in a million shot that I've had to be able to get to this point without having to regret anything. So, it was inspirational, and at the same time, it had its deterrents as well.
Was there anything, like, when reviewing all this sort of debaucherous period of time and everything that shocked you, that you kind of, like, when you saw it in print, you were like, whoa, I did that, or?
Well, I have to admit, in reading the book, there's some passages in there having to do with excesses, chemical abuse stuff, that on paper it looks a lot more shocking than it felt to me at the time. I think that's just when you sit there and read it word for word, it's like, well, that seems a little bit over the top. But at the time it went by very quickly, so it wasn't that big a deal.